Welcome back, everybody. We have our second batch of racing drivers for you. Nick De Vries, Logan Sargent, Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris and Lance Stroll. Welcome to you all. Hometown hero, Carlos Sainz. Home race, how special is this one?
Pretty good, pretty special. As you can imagine, I'm very loud, I think. No? But yeah, it feels great to be back home. Also a circuit where in the past has treated me really well. It's, I think, my 9th year here, and I think it's, yeah, a lot of good memories, even from when I was a kid, you know, when I was 10 years old and I came here for the first time to meet Fernando, I met Michael, I saw Ferrari for the first time, and to 18 years later be actually driving here as a Ferrari driver, you know, with the options of at least trying to get a podium or a win. It's something really, really special that I try and think about it and just feel good about it.
When you think about it, is it worth any lap time? Nigel Mansell always used to say it was worth lap time at Silverstone.
I think it's impossible to quantify the lap time, but I do know that it puts me like in a better vibe this weekend. Like I am just in a better mood when I race at home, and I do things with more interest. I do things with a bit more energy. Always try to put a smile with the fans because you just know they're there cheering for you and they're giving you that extra bit of push. And how much that is worth is impossible to know. But I do know that actually Spain is the circuit where I've got most points in my career. Together with Monaco and Austin, I think is up there. So it must do something good to me.
Now, how competitive are Ferrari going to be this weekend? You've got a big upgrade coming. What are you expecting from it?
We have an upgrade. How good, time will tell, but we have an upgrade coming. It's a bit of a new direction, a bit into what we believe should be the right path into developing this car and making it a bit more of a drivable car, more consistent, better in the race, that we know is our main weakness. You've seen it hasn't been an easy start to the season, and we've been struggling. But it is true that with this first step into this direction, we try and correct the deficiencies we have. But we also know that this upgrade is not going to change our life from one race to another. We still is the first step of many steps to come still.
All right. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lando, let's come to you now. Would you agree that he's in a better mood when he's at the Spanish Grand Prix?
Yes, apart from when I beat him in quali here a few years ago. I think so.
You did.
I did.
You did.
Yeah, that took it away from him. I was very happy. But yeah, no, home race is always the more special. So yeah, I mean, even being his teammate, it was always cool to see how many fans there were for him here and so on. So yeah, happy.
Let's throw it back to Monaco quickly. Your car really seemed to come alive in the wet part of that race.
Car or driver?
Maybe both, perhaps both, but definitely the car, right? You gained 23 seconds, I think, in that part, the wet part of the race. But my question really is, are you doing a rain dance here? Do you think that's your best opportunity?
Probably more so than in the dry, yes. It's the same car in the wet. I wouldn't say it was, I don't know why it would be any better in the wet than in the dry, but it was certainly a lot of fun. It's a difficult track in the rain, a lot of risks taken, but yeah, it's always tough to say. Of course, there's some little things that maybe lead us to believe that it was a bit better in the wet than in the dry, but I wouldn't say we were that impressive in the dry. We look good, you know. Friday, Saturday morning-ish, and then qualifying, we didn't look too impressive. But yeah, the rain on Sunday, things definitely came towards us a lot more, and the pace was one of the best on track. But we definitely don't have one of the best cars, so it's a bit confusing. But at the same time, if we can have some rain or something that can help us out, then yeah, I would definitely be looking forward to it.
Can we talk about a technical signing that the team made recently? The news broke in the week, of course, that Rob Marshall is going to be joining from Red Bull. What do you think he's going to bring to McLaren, first of all?
Just knowledge, expertise. You know, he's been at Red Bull for many, many years. He's seen a lot of success with the team. He's been with some of the best minds within Formula One, and he's definitely part of that group. So yeah, brains and lap time, I guess, is the two big things. He's a big person, a big signing for us as a team. So I think someone that a lot of people within McLaren will look up to and respect and so on. Yeah, but a good step for us as a team to keep this drive forward, continuing to add performance and expertise to the whole team to in our drive to improve further up the grid.
There have been a lot of changes, technical changes at McLaren over the last 6 months. How much belief do you have in what Zach Brown is creating at McLaren now?
I mean, I would say a lot, even more now than in the past. And I guess I would never want to say that I have no belief, and I never have said it and probably won't. But definitely since the last few changes, there have been a lot of good things coming from that, both in terms of mood, atmosphere, but at the same time also performance and things to look forward to in the future. So not everything is purely direct in Formula One. A lot of things take time. So I guess we have that part of it too. But definitely things have taken a step forward. So I can easily confirm that, and I can say it with confidence. But yeah, until we see it, that's the timely part.
All right, thank you. Best of luck this weekend to you. Lance, can we come to you now? It's a big week for Aston Martin back at Silverstone because the team has moved into its new factory just a couple of days ago. Tell us, what is awaiting all the guys and girls there in the new factory?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really exciting times for us as a team. I think it's, a big upgrade from where we were, before for many years. And it's, I think it's just a big opportunity for us to grow as a team and, become a stronger team.
And talking of upgrades, you've got some upgrades on the car at the front and the back this weekend. What are you expecting from your racing car here in Spain?
Yeah, I mean, we'll learn more tomorrow, but the idea is that it, brings us lap time and, makes the car, better to drive and faster. So I think we, they're not huge upgrades, but every bit counts, and looking forward to getting out there tomorrow.
Now look, in terms of your own season, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. Fourth in Australia, your best results so far, but there have been some retirements. Do you feel you're owed a bit of luck now?
I don't really, think that, it's luck, things happen in racing, and we had some tough weekends. We had our retirement in Jeddah, and we had I think we were having a strong weekend last weekend, and then some damage in Q2 kind of cost us an opportunity for good points on Sunday, and Monaco is all about Saturday really. So I think it's just how it goes. There's good weekends and bad weekends, and like every other weekend, I'm just coming into this one trying to, get the most out of it. So, see how it goes.
Brilliant. Good luck to you. Thank you. Logan, coming to you now. After a run of street tracks to start the year, how much are you looking forward to getting your teeth into a permanent circuit this weekend?
Yeah, it's nice. It's I had a lot of fun with it, to be honest, on the street tracks. But yeah, happy to be getting back to Europe, back to the tracks I know. I think it just makes my life a little bit easier. Not much, but a little bit. And I think as a team, it's going to be a bit of a tricky weekend probably. But we'll do our best to get the most out of it. Just
in terms of approach, are you going to approach it differently on a permanent circuit compared to a street track?
Yeah, I think it just gives me the freedom to push a little bit harder, a bit sooner, and just find where I need to be heading into Saturday a little bit quicker. So, yeah, I think it gives me the freedom to push a little bit harder.
Logan, tell us about the end of the lap. Of course, you've won here before. You finished on the podiums in Barcelona many times. What's the sim telling you about the last 2 corners now?
Well, I love this track. I've been here many, many times in the past. It's treated me extremely well. As you said, poles, wins, and whatnot. But yeah, we'll try to continue good run of form here. But yeah, the last 2 corners look pretty intense, pretty epic. But yeah, I think it just adds a bit of a twist. I think you'll start to see both axles dag rather than just one. So yeah, you're gonna have to manage a lot more in the race, I think, with the more high-speed corners.
Is the last corner going to be flat out in qualifying?
I hope so.
In a Red Bull, maybe. All right. Logan, thank you. Best of luck to you. Nick, thank you for waiting. Now, you had a really good weekend in Monaco. Best qualifying of the season so far. Really clean race. Is the aim here just to build on that and to give yourself some momentum?
Yeah, I think so. Monaco was a decent weekend. Kept our nose clean in tricky circumstances, and it was just a good kind of build-up throughout the whole weekend. And yeah, we're looking to continue to focus on ourselves and try to extract the maximum out of the package we have and do the best possible job we can. And then hopefully we can have another clean weekend.
Helmut Marko said on Sunday evening that you'd produced the kind of performance he likes to see. Did that come as a relief?
Well, in all honesty, you're the 3rd journalist that has mentioned this to me because, as I said in Monaco prior to the weekend, I haven't really been reading, news, so I'm not so much up to date with what everyone is saying. But we live in the present. You're as good as your last race, and it's ultimately all about performance. People make mistakes. I make mistakes. We're human. We move forward. And this weekend is a new weekend. What are we going to see from you and AlphaTauri here? Do you think the car and its upgrades will suit the Barcelona track? Frankly speaking, I don't know. We haven't really been able to learn much about our updates in Monaco for obvious reasons. Obviously, the track is very specific, so hopefully we'll learn more about it on Friday. And I definitely see us moving slowly closer towards the verge of top 10. So hopefully we can continue on that route and have a good weekend.
All right. Best of luck. Hope you do.
Thank you.
Let's open this to the floor. Yes, our first question, please.
David Croft, Sky Sports F1. I'm going to stay with Nick, if that's okay. Forget what the journalists are saying. Let's focus on what's happening inside the team and with yourself. You're a Formula E champion. You're an F2 champion. But it's fair to say that your first full season in F1 isn't going quite as smoothly as the one-off drive for Williams last year. So how much more of a difference has F1 been in your first full season to your successes in the past, and how much extra pressure is on you internally with what the team are expecting and what they're saying to you before a race?
Yeah, it's fair to say that I've made, or I personally believe that I made a little bit too many mistakes. I do think there were moments that I was competitive and showing good potential, but I didn't quite succeed to turn it into a result or execute a result at the end of the weekend. At the same time, we only completed 5 races up to Monaco, and it was still early in the season. When it comes to pressure, I think as a driver, you kind of always fight for your survival, because throughout your career, you always need to perform and deliver to continue your career forward successfully. So I don't really think that is different now than at any other time in my career. But I can acknowledge that Formula One has been very different to any other championship I've been racing. And I think that the most challenging bit is, first of all, the midfield is extremely tight and competitive, and the margins are just very, very fine. I think in Formula 2, Formula 3, you have 1 free practice session. You start with full fuel, 1 compound, and then you go into quali with less fuel, but you still need to run the fuel throughout the session and a different compound. So actually, in F2 and F3, you only have 2 laps which are actually counting. So you can imagine that if you're within 85 or 90% in those 2 laps, then you kind of put yourself there or thereabout. Whereas in Formula One, I feel like everything is pushed so much towards the limit, and everything is developed and improved, both the package and the driver throughout the weekend, that there is just nothing left on the table. And that approach is different.